Okay, Philippians 3:9. As can be seen, Paul's use of these analogies is given to get us to think through underlying truths which have already been revealed in Scripture. Two passages from Isaiah were certainly on his mind as he contemplated and wrote. Let me take you first to Isaiah chapter 11. And there he says, Isaiah, take a second, 11, verse 5, righteousness shall be the belt of his loins, and faithfulness the belt of his waist. And then going to Isaiah chapter 59, Isaiah chapter 59 in verse 17, it says, for he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and a helmet of salvation on his head. He put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. Okay, here's another example of knowing what is right, knowing what is proper. Okay, I was at the beach with a guy, the bike shop at the mall. They have ride and paddle, and they've got these paddle boards and stuff, and they got canoes and all that kind of stuff. And he needed help because there was an hippie that was in the water, and he said, we need to go get that guy, and we couldn't. Okay, he was too far out.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Rim shot. Ding.
the ding, but we knew to help him, even though we couldn't because he was too far out. Okay, anyway, life application. Understanding metaphors in the Bible is an immensely important point of knowing what is on God's mind. God is the creator, and so he knows what is best in order to make sound spiritual analogies. When he uses water as a comparison to something, it is because the properties of water and the benefits to be derived from water are sound analogies to what he is describing in spiritual matters. Pay heed to these things. In doing so, you will find a treasure trove of wisdom to apply to your theology. And I tell you, it is all the way through the Bible. The Lord is my rock. He is my redeemer. Okay, well, we know that a rock is firm and unmoving. Build your house on the rock. And so sand is the opposite. It's shifting, and it's not a good foundation. And you go through the Bible, and when you see something, you see the fig tree, you see the olive tree, you see the pomegranate, every single one of those things, everything, the metal gold, okay? My friend emailed me about gold in the Daniel thing. And in that case, it's not speaking of the attributes of God. It was speaking about the statue, and the quality of gold is better than the silver, etc. But you will have a consistency in the Bible when things are used in a spiritual application that will be so consistent. And if you think on those things, and if you don't know, if you got to be careful with this. I'm going to say this, and then somebody's going to do it, and they're going to get some crazy analysis. If you don't know what a thing in the Bible represents, you can type in, what does, the fig tree, what does it represent? And you'll get lots of people to give their commentaries on it. And unfortunately, most people get the fig tree wrong. And because of that, they've got an error in their thinking about the rest of what the fig tree means in Scripture. That's too bad. But at times there are sites that you can go to that will give you a good analysis of the fig or of the stone or of water or anything like that. And because of that, when you read the Bible and you come across that particular thing, whether it's water or the sun or whatever, you can say, oh, I know I understand what's being said. Okay.